channel. Welcome back if you're new or if you're coming and watching again. Today I'm going to be showing my art from when I was a little kid until now. So I first started taking professional art classes in first grade and I only have 2 pieces left from that work, and then the rest start in 6th grade all the way up to now. So this is one of the pieces that I did when I was in first grade. It is a pumpkin with oil pastels, and then we did black watercolor over top, and that is what is giving this effect. This is another piece that I did when I was in first grade. It is the sun and moon in oil pastels, so that was a very fun one as well. These 2 pieces I did in 6th grade in my art class that I had in school. The top one is watercolor, and there's another side as well to it. And then the bottom one is an acrylic, and we were learning how to do shadows and highlights. And then here's some that I just did at home. Some fun little drawings that I worked on. And yeah, I only did those 4, so that's all from that one. And then in that same year, I practiced watercolor in this book, and then I also did I don't remember who this is, but it's another version of Pikachu, and I did this in graphite. And I also started getting into drawing dresses and little designs like this, so I worked on that, and then I also started drawing people as well, and she only has a right foot, so I didn't finish that one. In that same year, I also started drawing fairies, and there's also a unicorn here. I'm not sure what spilled on the page, but this is pretty like torn and stuff. I did this one. Oops. And that, I did a fairy sitting on a rock with a horse behind it, and I had a cute little like step-by-step drawing book for this. And then I also drew a heart with an arrow with some flames around it. And then I drew a mermaid in an underwater scene doing a show with like a concert thing going on. I did this girl. It was kind of like a version of me, I guess. I don't know. I just kind of drew it and had fun with that. There's a weird butterfly that I drew in pen. And then these were my first attempts at drawing noses and ears and mouths. So that was fun. And then I did some more acrylic paint, saying the word love. Here is me attempting to draw Tinkerbell. I thought it turned out pretty cute. And then this one is upside down. I did a cute piglet, and this was off of memory. And then I did an Ariel, which was off of memory as well. It's an Ariel type thing. It doesn't actually look like her. And then I drew these heart wings. These heart with like these angel wings, which was really fun, and I don't know. I just enjoy drawing things like that, and then that is it from that book. Now we're getting into my 7th grade work, which this says hope is the only thing stronger than fear, and I did like Mod Podge glitter polka dots with that. And then I did this canvas as well that says you don't have to be perfect to be amazing. I also did this canvas that says life is a journey, not a destination. And then I have this little book here, and I drew, I think she's like a vampire, but I'm honestly not sure. And then right here I did a Celtic knot with a flower above it. That was really fun, and I did that in 7th grade. And then I also started getting into calligraphy in 7th grade, and this says smile. And that's all I have for this book. And then in 7th grade I started coloring a lot. This one is one that I basically finished. It says love you to the moon and back. I love that quote. And then this one says creativity takes courage. And there's another one. It says dreams come true that I started that I didn't actually finish. In this book, I have some little quotes. It says enjoy the little things, which I ended up putting on a canvas, but I have no idea where it went. I did this one. It says dream with some cute arrows. There's some more of me practicing calligraphy. And then there's this cute one that I copied off of Pinterest. It says I'm ready to stop being cacti and start being cactus. There's me practicing a butterfly with some shadow effect. And then here is just like a drawing in a city with a couple holding a umbrella looking at the city and the view. And then I drew kind of like just a house that I thought was cool, just popped up in my mind, so I liked that. And then here's one that I think this was after a heartbreak. Says lost with a broken part of love. And then I have a little part that right there that says you're dumb. I didn't even notice that until now. And then right here is a little drawing that I have of a tattoo that I did when I was 14. It is right here. So that's a beautiful one. I actually might end up going through and adding those details, but I'm not sure. And that's all we have in that book. And then the next book we have going on, I did some more calligraphy. It says Queen K's. And then this is just a practice one. I did a little Eiffel Tower thing, and that's all in that book. And then this one is a folder that I colored, which was really fun. It kept me entertained in class. And then in here, I just have a whole bunch of coloring pages that I did. One of my favorites, I like this peacock. I'll show you the ones that I finished. So I did this peacock. I did this turtle. It's very mosaic patterned, very colorful as well. And then I did this yin yang black and red dragon type drawing thing. And I did a lot of color by the number type things over on this side. Let's see. There's like a Tweety bird that I kind of didn't finish. I did a lot of gel pen at one point in time. And that's all we have in here, because these are all like half finished things, so I don't really want to show them all. And that is all we have for my 7th grade year. And now we're going on to 8th grade. So this was my main project that I worked on after my cat had peed on one of my other artworks. It is a elephant in the reflection of a water. And then one of my little folders that I had, I could color, and so I did this. It's not fully finished, but I thought I would show it because it is beautiful. So this is the piece that my cats peed on my folder and kind of destroyed. You can see the little bit right there. So I just started a whole new piece. This is the background that I did, and this is a picture that I took, and I just incorporated it into this photo of the zebra and all of the bushes that I did in black. And that very same year, I did a whole bunch of body drawings. So this was a bit hard to see, but I hope it's coming across clear. So I did some hand practices and practiced the shapes of the hands. And I did that. And then here is another one of me practicing some more of the hands. And then I also did some bodies. Focus. So there's some practices of doing the shape of the body in different positions. And then I also did this one right here. And then this is part of the folder that my cat peed on. And this is more of practicing the feet in different shapes. And then I also did some toes. And then also that same year I did ceramics, and this was my drawing for ceramics. I actually changed that into roses, and I'll show that piece. So in 8th grade, I also did this one. It is a aloe vera plant that I did on a black piece of paper and did in white colored pencil. And now we are going on into 9th grade. So in 9th grade, I did some more feet just to keep practicing those. I did some more bodies, more shapes, and I did a torso. And then I did this giraffe in stippling, and I actually won an award on it. So this is the giraffe that I did in stippling. So if I zoom in, you can see that they're all tiny little dots creating a picture. And this took up a lot of my time. And this is the award that I got for it. It's just a Visual Arts Academy Award. Basically, it's an achievement award for having good art. And then also that same year, I practiced some more. This is charcoal. I did the shading and highlights just to regain on it and practice it more. And then I also practiced some butterflies again, which we also did in 6th grade. I just don't have the drawings, so this is what I went with. And then I drew some arms, which were very interesting to draw, as I can remember. And then I did some more torsos, and and just practiced those. And then this is where I started practicing more of the portrait skills that I got into, more practice drawing stuff. And then here's where I did legs, which were pretty fun to draw. And then I also did bent. So that same year I did this canvas that says she designed a life she loved, which I really like this and it's really pretty. And then I did a little series that I never finished of these, and I did these 3 drawings, and that was really fun. And then I have some more butterfly ones that I drew just to practice some more colored pencil skills and keep getting better at blending the colors together. And then the next one I did is a portrait. I finally did a portrait, and this is the portrait. This is the photo I was going off of, and this is the drawing that I did. And that was really exciting. And then the next one I did was actually a portrait of me that I also entered in the same competition that year. So this is the photo that I went off of. It was just a photo that I took on Snapchat, and so I did a cool technique up here to kind of fade it away and just have my eyebrows chilling up there. So that one is all framed and stuff, and I took the time to do that. Well, my teacher took the time to do that. And now we're going into 10th grade. 10th grade, I didn't really do that much art. I kind of did ceramics more, and I will show my piece. So this is the ceramic piece that I did. It is a elephant, and it has 2 tusks. It is a mug, and it took basically the whole class semester, whole term to do that. And that same year, I also did this one that says happiness never goes out of style. So I actually did this when I was 14, when I was in 7th grade. And I also did some more coloring pages. Blackie. So that was really fun. I enjoy coloring books. Okay, so in 10th grade, they're like splatter art paint, and I did one, and it's actually on top, it's like on the ceiling of my art teacher class, it's on the ceiling of my art teacher's class room. And so these are just a couple of those splatter things that I did. I tried different techniques. This was, I like flipped it over and transferred it, and yeah, to create kind of images like that. And this one I didn't ever finish, but I wanted to try this background with some of the splatter. And this one's one that I did, and I did do it with the background as well. This one's another one. This one's one of my favorites. It's very pretty and very colorful, and this one's also one of my favorites. The colors, they're just wow, like the way that they are. So yeah, that's basically what I did a lot in 10th grade. So this is where I was trying a completely different technique. It's like you don't really try, and like you don't have the details to get the picture. And in this one, this was the first one that I attempted, and I did end up doing the details. I redid the thing and I added more details. I also have no idea what got on it. So this is the bridge and I thought that was really cool. And then here's this one. It's a waterfall, and it goes into like a lake, and you can see the rocks and the other rocks. And then my third attempt, so I did this one for about 15 minutes. And then this one is a cat, and I did this one for about 15 minutes as well, and never got to finish it. So that is that. So the first year I was out of high school, these are some of the things that I did. I was just trying out some new skills with some pencils, and this is what I came up with. There's also some gel pen in there, so it's kind of a mixed media. And then here is me doing some more eyes and mouths and noses, because I had also practiced them throughout the years of high school. And now we're going to get into my drawing book. So this is a tattoo that I'm getting done on my hip. And that is a beautiful drawing that I have. This is kind of a scribble art that I did with my eyes closed. This is a little Saturn tattoo that I was attempting. This is when I started getting into more of the tattoo style. This is some deers that I was practicing, trying to get into more animals. This is a cartoon version of something, like a cow. I don't even know, but it kind of scares me a little bit. And then here's me playing with some colored pencils that I got. Blackie, please move. Thank you, baby. So there is that. And then here is me drawing my cat Piper. I just looked at him and drew a portrait. Piper, look at me. Okay, he doesn't want to. And that was also very dark over there. This is me practicing more colored pencils, just kind of a weird shape. I don't even know what it is. And then here's me drawing some more tattoos. Here's some flames that I erased and another flame that I have. Here's a little house stencil thing. And then here is a sunflower that I drew. If I did it now, I feel like there would be more leaves added to it, because sunflowers have a lot more leaves. Well, petals, not leaves. Here's me practicing for my tattoo that I have right there. And that is all in this book. And now we're going to get into this binder, which is all of my tattoo drawings that I have. So this one I have on my leg, which I drew when out of high school. These are some doodles that I did at work that are kind of like flash drawings to me. Here is an eye that I did. I really do enjoy drawing eyes, especially when they're very detailed. And then here is a flower bouquet that I did in watercolor, just playing with the medias. Here's another portrait that I did. Here's me messing around with colored pencils again and clouds and playing with the texture. And then, let me straighten this up. Well, yeah. So here's some more flames that I drew. And then there's a little devil cap, an eye with some lips smoking in it, and it kind of looks like lightning or trees going up. And then here's my little ghost cat that I have on my arm. And then this little frog that I am going to get tattooed, possibly. And then here is a little ghost devil that I have. And then on the other side of this is a more bigger drawing. We have some sunflowers or daisies, and then like the UFO with like it going down into it with some checkered pattern going out, and then we have a moon up there that I kind of did in a stippling pattern. And then over on this side, here is a butterfly with a sword going behind it. And then here is my first attempt at drawing a pinup girl, and it's been a couple years later and the legs are so off and the hips are too big, and I mean it could be realistic, but I definitely could do a better drawing of that. And then here is like a neon yellow, like neon colors of an eye that I did. And then over on this side, here's a eye with some crystals and a mushroom on top. And then over here on this side, we have a candle and then a skull head with a snake going out of it. And then we got some cactuses that I practiced. And then over on this side, we have some more of my body art that I did, just to kind of show the figures of them. And then some hands on the other side. And then over here we have, it's kind of another pinup girl holding some flames. And then we got a jellyfish going on here. And then a yin-yang dragon with some eyes. And then here we got a lion that I drew with some flames around it. And then we got a skull girl sitting in a throne with some flames around it. And then we got a butterfly. And then here's my traditional tattoos that I have drawn. Let me fix these. So we got those going on. And then on this side, I have some banners, some of those type of things that I drew. And I'll just adjust those a little bit so you can see them a little bit better. So we got those going on. And then over here on this side is very, so we got an eye here with some sunflower leaves or petals just going around with some crystals. Here we got a crystal going on. We got another mushroom, another squiggly mushroom, some mushroom with some like beautiful accents to make them more elegant. Here we have a mushroom with the third eye. We got some mushroom with amethyst crystal underneath, and then we got some more mushrooms over here, and then we got a sad mushroom with a thundercloud above it. And then right here we have this yin yang. I did copy this off Pinterest, so it is not my drawing. This one is the tattoo that I actually have on my back shoulder that I had a professional do for me. And then up here we have a cute little snail with like a little crown sitting up on top, and it's very elegant. And then on this page we have some doodles that I did in class of SpongeBob. So we got this one, we got Squidward, SpongeBob, Gary, Mr. Krabs, and Plankton in 2 different versions. And then over here we got some roses going on here, and then we have some mountain scenes going on, And then we have this peony, which I actually have tattooed on my leg. And then on this next one, there is like I forget what it's called, but it's a skull, and it's like very, I don't know what it's called. And then we have like an arm piece with flowers going on here, which I got inspired by my ex-best friend. And then I have a barbed wire tattoo. I have just some planets going on here, and then another third eye pyramid with a moon on top and the sun on bottom. And then we have a jellyfish on this side. And then right here we have a moth piece. And then we have Medusa. And then we have another mushroom that has some butterflies and crystals around it. And then here we have this moon, which is actually going to be the finished product of the moon on my arm. Possibly. I don't even know, because I don't really have space for it anymore. And then we have the snake that one of my old friends had me draw for her. So that's really pretty. And then we got some different types of suns going on here. And there's another snake behind here that I also drew. And then in the back pages, I have this anchor that I did a long time ago. I don't even remember when this is from. And then a blank page. Okay. So let's get into the drawings that I've been doing now, which are in this book. So this is the Chinese dragon that I just tattooed on myself. This is what the final product will look like. I'm very excited for that. Here's some flames that I have done. Here is a skull with some plants hanging out of it that I did, that someone requested for me, so they gave me that inspiration to do that. Here's me playing with some markers that I got for Christmas, and it's like a ship with a shooting star and then the moon super close. Here is a earth tree that I haven't finished. This is a tattoo that I have done on my friend, which is kind of copied from the internet, but I did change a few things about it, and her tattoo doesn't look like this either. And then here is kind of a scenery drawing that I did. This is a reflection, this is like the water, and then the mushroom is right here with this background, and then some green grass around it. And then next we have this moth that I drew. And then here is a tattoo that I have done on my cousin, which is very pretty, and when we did do it, I also did make more adjustments to it. And then here are some more snakes with some crystals wrapped around in different ways. I think that one is really cool because there's even crystals around it, and it's just super fun. And then here is a barbed wire rose that I think is really cool, that someone gave me inspiration to draw. And then here we have a knife with a reflection in it of the wind blowing in her hair. So that is really cool. And then we got a skull going on here, realistic, very shaded and stuff like that. this is a picture of me just kind of playing with some colored pencils and just drawing whatever I feel fits best. And yeah, I actually really love this. And then here is a skull that my dad had me draw for him, which I'm still deciding if I want to do or not. So yeah, that is pretty fun. And it's car parts up here, if you can see. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, that's what those are up in that area. And then here we have some plants that I drew in some bottles. And then we also have that one going there. So I really enjoyed drawing those. And then here was me messing around with my gel pens, and I drew an alien saying peace. And then another little scenic mushroom type, like, postal stamps things that you can do. And then here is me doing like an alignment of just a human body, so of all the chakras aligned. And I believe that is the last drawing that I have in there. And after I graduated, I worked on painting my longboard, and this is what it looks like. There's a little path at the bottom that goes to a door, and then there's some floating islands with a tree as well on the side. And then we have some little rainbow bits, this eye, and then up here we have a little tree with a swing holding onto it, a moon, and then clouds with the rainbow background.
It's an illusion. It's an illusion.